Welcome back to Average is Average, the podcast hosted by Sam Spears, your favorite part-time comedian, part-time lover, part-time basketball player. I hope you guys have been well. I woke up late today. My girlfriend has class, and I take her to class because parking in the student parking lot is a nightmare, and she has class at like 11:10, I think. We woke up at like 10:57. Not good. I don't know why. I can tell you why for me. I can't tell you why for her. I think she probably just has low iron. Me, I don't sleep very much on the days that I work because I work very, very early in the morning. So the days that I'm off, I'm kind of just catching up on sleep the entire time. But I feel kind of sick. I almost said the S word. I'm not cussing right now. I feel pretty sick because I've only had like 2 cups of black coffee today and like a drop of water. I feel like I want to barf everywhere on the floor. Sorry for getting a little close there. I got some water though. There's a drop of coffee that spilled onto the lid of the water, and I'm sniffing it as I'm drinking the water, and the smell of coffee is just making me want to throw up. It's Starbucks coffee, so it's, How do I look, by the way? Do I look cool? Starbucks coffee, yeah, no, not great. Man, it's good to be back. I posted a video, not yet. It'll be up by the time. Yeah, by the time this is up, it'll be up. It's a day in the life of a stand-up comedian. Yeah, what a fun title for a not so fun video. Oh god, I just burped. Forgive me. The whole video, I'm just kind of being like, I'm nervous, and then at the end, I'm like, I'm happy. I mean, that's kind of how my day goes. That is the day in the life of a stand-up comedian on show day, for me, at least. I'm nervous, debilitatingly nervous, and then it works out. I've had this written down, so I have like a little folder. There's this app called Microsoft To Do, and it's pretty nice. It's seamless. Like, I have it on my phone and my laptop, and it's like, it has memory or whatever. Like, it's seamless throughout your devices, and it's like a to-do list app, and I don't know. Mine's flooded of random thoughts and ideas, but I have like an average is average section. When I see something, I write it down that I want to talk about on the podcast in my day-to-day life, And, when I first started doing this, I wrote down like everything, and I talked about everything, and now it's just like, whatever, I'll kind of wing it. But I have had this written down for a couple weeks, and I haven't talked about it. But it's people who are quote-unquote so random, and they just piss me off. That's just a little thing I wanted to talk about. Like, people who are random for the sake of being random. Like, it's not 2014 anymore. Like, you guys remember that show? There was like, I don't know, it was like 5th grade for me. I'm 21 now. Born in 2003. So, you can do the math. Whenever I was in 5th grade, randomness was like the thing to do. Being random was like the ultimate thing to be funny. Random dancing. You guys know that? And that's fine. It's 5th grade. I was 4 years old. That's not a big deal. But, at the grown age of 21, people are still, saying things to be random. Like, what are we doing with our lives here, folks? I don't even know how to describe this, like, eloquently. I don't know how to describe it concisely. Just, if you ever see someone who's, like, says random things to, like, try to get laughs, it's just unbelievably painful and so, like, annoying. And here I am hosting a podcast, talking about random stuff, random thoughts. But it's like, random thoughts, it's like, do you guys ever like red houses? Or I don't even know a good example. And this is pointless and stupid. Sorry. That's why I haven't covered it, because it's hard to talk about. Card decline anxiety is the next thing I have written down. I'm like, I'm broke, you know? Like, I don't have a lot of money, but I'm not like, you know, I've never been in debt. I've never had $0 to my name. But I've had my card decline a few times, you know, in the past, like, I guess I've had a debit card for like 5 years now. The past, like, you know, 5 years, my card's declined like maybe 4 or 5 times, you know? Like once a year on average. And, you know, it's embarrassing and whatever. And, but it's not a big deal. But, like, for me at least, I get, like, this anxiety that my card's gonna decline, like, every time I use it. If I know I have $100 in my checking account and I go to Food Lion and I buy a bag of chips for $5, I get nervous that my card's gonna decline. Like, I've had trouble with Apple Pay, I've had trouble with other things, and, like, you know, sometimes it doesn't work, and it's just so embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Crap, I don't have any friggin' money. I'm embarrassed. Yeah, in other news, what do I else... I remember talking to somebody else about the deep anxiety that I have for something, and I forgot what it was. I mean, card declining is bad. I mean, before the shows, it's bad. And there was something else that I get incredibly anxious about, and I don't know what it is, and it'll come to me later, hopefully. Dreams and consumerism. That is probably what I'm going to title this video, is what I said. Dude, yeah, so, like, my ultimate dream for years was to be on, like, Hot One. Like, I've wanted to make it as, like a either a content creator, comedian, actor, or somewhere in the creative field. And, like, I have these wild dreams and aspirations, and, like, one of the big ones is to be on Hot Ones, right? Like if I am ever on Hot Ones and Sean Evans is interviewing me, that's how I know in my mind that I've made it, and that's where I want to be in my life. Like, that is the ultimate fucking goal. But those other YouTube talk show type shit, like, I would love, I don't know, like, being on someone else's thing. Like, I grew up watching the and if you're not a boy, maybe my girls, hey girls, maybe you guys have watched these. I don't know if you have, but like the GQ 10 Essentials, that kind of those videos I grew up watching, and I still watch them now, and I think they're so interesting. They're so well done, and it's just like, I don't know, it itches that materialistic itch in my brain, and like, I don't know, it turns me into such like a little materialistic consumer, a little baby. And like, these people say that they have this hand lotion that they swear by, and I'm like, I need that hand lotion, dude. And I've thought about it. I'm like, what are my 10 essentials going to be if I'm ever on that show? Is that embarrassing to say? A little bit lame and a little bit embarrassing. But Sean Evans would be cool. And then my like biggest dream of all time is to be in the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game. That is my biggest dream, because I want to make it, you know, as like a creative. I hate that term, because lame people use it. I'm a creative. Go fuck yourself. But if, you know, I make it like that, people aren't going to be like, oh, he's, you know, good at basketball. And I want to keep my basketball skills under the radar, you know? And then, you know, Celebrity All-Star Game comes around. I drop 45 points in the Celebrity All-Star Game. Then I can become like J. Cole, sign a deal overseas, and play a little bit of basketball. I'm not that serious about that last part, but I don't know, dude. I love basketball, and I want people to know it. I want people to know that I love it. And it's kind of taken a back burner, like because I used to have these crazy hoop dreams. Like, I wanted to play college basketball. I wanted to do all the things, and I mean, I played basketball for 3 hours a day, every single day of my life, from like freshman year to like senior year, honestly. Like, I played all throughout high school, every day, practice. When I say practice, I didn't do drills or anything. I was just kind of like the Jeff Teague type, you know, just playing pickup games. That was my favorite thing in the world. I could have been Kobe. I could have been doing drills, you know, form shooting, yada, yada, yada. That wasn't for me. my brain works like if I'm not having fun doing something, I'm not gonna do it. You guys see the little nut itch? It's not there. I'm not itching my nuts. It's just there's a little stain on my pants that I'm trying to scratch away. Speaking of which, like having fun doing something, making it enjoyable, and that's kind of the philosophy that I've developed with doing anything productive for me. And I think it might be a recipe for disaster, but I heard somewhere where it was like, strike where the iron is hot. Strike when the iron's hot. Like if I am in the mood to edit a video, I'm in the mood to read, I'm in the mood to work out, you need to go and do it right then. If you're in the mood to do something productive, do it. And I guess it's like a ADHD thing, and I don't know. People, I don't like these labels or whatever because it kind of puts me in a little box, but my brain kind of has similarities to other people who have ADHD, and like I think fudge, dude, my podcasting skills have been waning. But what am I trying to say here? I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm bombing on a podcast. Oh yeah. Striking when the iron's hot and stuff. I need to be striking every time, And that's like the David Goggins approach. And he's like, or not David Goggins, but like, alpha male type shit. It's like you need to work hard even when you don't want to. That's the most important time to work hard. But if I'm uninspired, what junk am I going to put out creatively? If I'm uninspired and I'm going to push myself to edit and record a YouTube video, it's not going to be my best work. So I'm oh my god, I keep messing with the tripod. Sorry, tripod. There's got to be a balance of like recording consistently, also recording when I'm inspired. And it's like, where's that balance? Where's that balance going to lie for me? Because I need to consistently work hard if I want to be great, and I need to probably work when I don't want to if I want to be great. Because knowing me, I'm a little bit of a lazy bones. I don't want to work all the time. But there's a balance in everything. Seriously, I need to hit in a magic eraser. This wall is dirty, a lot dirtier than it looks on the camera. Speaking about celebrity all-star basketball games, guys, I joined a men's league. Woohoo! For basketball. And I played my first game on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Thursday. So I played it 2 days ago. My entire high school basketball career, I played a little bit of AAU and it was fine. I was very, nervous. Anxiety. I hate that fucking song. My anxiety. I don't know. I was always very underconfident on the basketball court. Unless I was playing at like the YMCA. Like if I was playing an organized basketball game for like my school or AAU, I was always very nervous. Like at the YMCA or like a rec gym, I was, the best. I was always very good, I think. Because it was my it was my domain. It was my place. The YMCA is where I resided and where I spent most of my time. And I felt so comfortable there. And I think like when people say basketball or sports is 90% mental, I think it's 99% mental. Because I was two different basketball players. And I can, for this men's league, I was, a little bit underconfident as well. But I'm kind of slowly trying to develop that. But, I was two completely different basketball players in high school. Like one playing for my school and one playing at the gym. And this men's league team is like the first basketball game with like, a referee and a scoreboard. The first organized basketball game that I probably played in like 4 years, And I was very nervous. I get very nervous, I guess, before things. I was used to not playing a lot. Because back when I used to play for my school, I used to be a bench warmer. I never saw the court. Never got any playing time. But on Tuesday, I played well. And there's 7 people on the team. So it's like there's only 2 people sitting at a time. And I sat for like 2 minutes during the game. I played the whole rest of the game. And I felt man, I'm out of shape. First of all, like my wind is gone, but I felt good, and it was a lot of fun to play. And my stats were, I think I had like 11 points, maybe 12. I went like 3 for 5 on 3-pointers, missed a few layups, had a couple turnovers. I had like 4 or 5 assists, 1 like cross court baseball pass. I had a couple rebounds, like 3 or 4 blocks, and like 2 steals. I felt it was awesome, and like. This guy was starting to trash talk me. He was he played D1 basketball back in his heyday, and he's older now, but he was like, "You're tired, you're weak, yada yada yada," and then we won the game, and it was awesome. And I don't know, it kind of brought up my competitive spirit, and it felt good to, be boyish, participate in boyish sport, if you will. That was fun. Anyways, I joined a men's league team. What else am I talking about? A materialistic stand-up comedy video. I'm not the most proud of this video that I'm putting out, but I guess it's something. I need to post a new Celeste video. For some reason, all my other videos that I'm proud of don't do well. I mean, the Celeste one gets 250 views. What's up with that? I don't know. I need someone to tell me what to do. Analytically, numbers-wise, do I need to post more shorts? What do I need to do? How often do I need to post? I need a Rick Rubin of YouTube to tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Is that Mr. Beast? I don't know if me and Mr. Beast's content really aligns. Sorry, how much should I be recording? 17 minutes? Actually, it's not bad. I got a few new books the other day. Me and my girlfriend, Olivia, I don't think she watches this podcast because I spent a lot of time with her, and I kind of talk to her about most of the things I want to talk about on the podcast before or after I record these, so there's no real point in her watching them. Or she just hates me. There's the other side of that coin. I want Wendy's right now. I'm going to talk about my girlfriend in a minute, but I just wanted to say, I just want I saw this... I saw on social media this burger on Instagram Reels. It was a Wendy's triple stack burger, and I want a fat burger with lots of cheese, and I want to eat it. I've been on Instagram Reels a lot lately. Instagram Reels are better than TikTok because I think I've curated it. Because TikTok for me is my interests, books, basketball, movies, cool stuff that I enjoy. It's content that I, swipe and I enjoy. But my Instagram Reels is strictly memes and funny videos. And, that really, really, just having that small genre of, all the videos that I like, it's just funny ones. And I just am so joyful when I open Instagram Reels. I haven't audibly laughed at a TikTok in a long time. And, I audibly laughed yesterday 100 times watching Instagram Reels. It was great. But I'm craving a burger, and I shouldn't be going out to eat. But I want a greasy burger, y'all. They make me so happy. They're not that expensive, and I'm gonna justify it because it's beef equals protein equals me being better at basketball and stronger. I can justify spending money too well, and it's not good. I had dinner last night. It was healthy. I had roasted potatoes, roasted broccoli, roasted carrots, and some gluten-free chicken tenders, and it was unbelievably good. And you know what? I need to write this down, but today I think I want to buy a large oven pan, an oven sheet pan, and just because my girlfriend, I cut the carrots and she seasoned them or whatever, and they were meaty and delicious, and they shrunk in size, so there weren't a lot of them because we have a smaller oven sheet. But I want a big one so I can just do a million carrots and just eat them for snacking. It was so good. So I might do that today, and I don't know what we'll do for dinner tonight. Maybe tacos or something, but I want a burger now. I think it's funny. One of the things about me living on my own, being an adult, is I don't know, I have a lot of respect for my mom because, she cooked a lot. And it's she kind of had to figure out every night what we were doing for dinner. And now I'm there. I've been there for a couple of years now, but it's it's still hard, coming up with a idea for dinner. And if you're not going to go out to eat and be irresponsible like I have been, if you're going to cook, you kind of have to allot time and money and time for grocery shopping and time for cooking and time for eating and dishes. And, like, going out to eat is so much more convenient because instead of dinner being an hour and a half ordeal, it can be 10 minutes. No dishes, you throw away your wrappers, whatever. Things being convenient is like the way, but that's what brings me joy, is things being convenient. Like, I remember taking vitamins and I'm still very inconsistent, but like the way I got myself to be more consistent was like, I don't want to take vitamins. I don't know why. I'm just so bad about it. Like, is that depression? Is that anxiety? I don't know. But, like, doing something like taking a supplement every day is so challenging for me because I get lazy. Yeah, I don't know if that's depression or anxiety. I think that's just me being lazy. But, like, making it convenient and easy. Like, I put my vitamins in my work bag so that I got to work. I take vitamins in front of my coworkers. That makes me look cool. It makes me not do my job for, like, 30 seconds. That's always great. So, I don't know, just making it more convenient, making it better and easier for me to do. That's the ultimate way that you can get me to do things. And eating out is so convenient. Getting fast food is just too convenient. And it sucks, but I really do love cooking. And I think I need to just do it more and get better at it. But, yeah, that's all the food I'll talk about for the next 2 minutes, because I'm going to talk about some books. Me and my girlfriend, we had a date idea. I got her a few books a little while ago, and she already had them both. And so she was like, thank you for the idea. I already have both of these books, but I have a magnificent idea. Let's go back to the bookstore, return those 2 books that you got for me, and then we can each get each other a book. And it'll be a fun little cute date idea. And, we'll pick like 2 or 3 options just in case you already have it. And we went and I picked for her and she picked for me, and like we got books and it was great. And she picked for me Lonesome Dove. And it's like I just read like the first chapter today, and it's like some critically acclaimed Western book, And I don't know, you see on TikTok people are like, if you love Red Dead Redemption, read Lonesome Dove. And I loved Red Dead Redemption, so I want to read it. Speaking of which, I need to play that again. So much fun. I rushed through the story, but I want to play again. But I don't know, it was just a fun little date idea. But Dad, if you're watching, I tried cracking Monte Cristo. Monte Cristo is the next book that I was supposed to read. And it's just so intimidating. And I read the first 3 or 4 pages, and the English is just so, like, not, digestible for me. And I don't know, older things I've had a hard time processing and enjoying, like, and that goes for all media. I tried watching this movie called The Midnight Cowboy. It's my favorite song of all time. It's called Everybody's Talking by Harry Nilsson. That song was made for the movie soundtrack of Midnight Cowboy. And the movie came out in 1969, right? And I'm watching it, and it's, like, good, and I'm enjoying it, but it's just... And I'm not talking about cancel culture or anything, but it's just so aged, It's not new and sparkly. And I can watch old movies a lot easier than reading old books, but I guess I was just so not in the mood, so I stopped watching it halfway through. But old books, and old video games especially, like, I played Fallout 4 and I loved it, and I love that concept of, like, post-nuclear bombing, like, survival. Like, that is such a great idea. And I played Fallout 4 and I loved it. And you hear everybody talk about Fallout New Vegas having the best story. Spit everywhere. The best story of all time, the best, whatever. I was like, I want to play a great story-driven game. Let's give it a shot. The graphics are so old. They're not that bad, but, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I want them to remaster it. I'll give them $70 if they remaster it. But I just can't muster my way through the first 20 minutes of that game because it just looks so, like, the graphics are so bad. And I don't know if that's a flaw on my end for having trouble consuming older media, but it is, man. I mean, I want to be able to read it. In Monte Cristo, the English is just so, like, I don't know, complex. I finished Giovanni's Room, and I had the same problem. It was just the prose, if you will, spelled the poetic way. You know what I'm talking about? Not, NBA prose. But it's stylistic. The prose is stylistic. Does that make me sound smart when I say that? I heard that somewhere. The prose is stylistic, and I don't need it to be. I don't need it to be stylistic. I just want you to tell me what's happening. I don't know. Like, it's so weird. I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to... what I'm thinking. I don't know how to describe it. But, like, I guess writing is so interesting because, it's like you determine how good someone is at writing by how, well they paint a picture in your head when you're, in 5th grade and below. And then, like, how well they paint the picture, how good the story is, how interesting the characters are. But then it's, like, another layer of how you form your sentences and how your English is and, like, how beautiful your writing is and the complicated words that you're using and the structure. And it's like, I don't care about the structure of the sentence. I don't care about how beautiful it's written. I just want a good character. Like, I don't know, East of Eden. I keep talking about it. It's my favorite book of all time, and it's just, I don't know, the characters were so deep and fleshed out, and that was perfect, and I don't know. Like, I try to read Infinite Jest, and people are talking about some, like, it's a challenge to read. Why are things challenging to read? It's going to be in my free time. I don't want to freaking bust my brain trying to read something if it's in my free time. I want to get pleasure from it. Pause. I don't know, man. Just thoughts. Just random thoughts. Hashtag random thoughts. My show's in 2 days, man. I'm really not nervous about it yet. It'll hit in a couple days. Literally. I'm just going to get so freaking nervous. I'm not ready. I'm going to do the same jokes that I do always. But yeah, I don't know. Beautiful writing. Like, I've thought about writing a book and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, I'm not smart enough for that yet. But if I am one day, like, am I gonna have to make my sentences structured beautifully? And, Cormac McCarthy, I mean, I read the first opening pages of his book, and it's, like, the polar opposite. He's just kind of telling you what's going on, and people, like, Oprah freaking love that shit. I don't know. A little weird, little, complex, I guess. Let's see. How long have I been recording? For, 28 minutes. You know what? This has been a fairly good episode, I think. I'll talk about it a little bit more before I go. Instagram Reels. I talked about how much I love them, and they're great. And how I'm only getting funny videos, pretty much. There'll be a few duds here and there, but mostly funny. Weird thing, sometimes videos pop up that are, like, horny. People will be like, that moment when he licks me up and down, that moment when she, you fill in the blank with your mind, but, like, incredibly thirsty, incredibly horny behavior. And the hilarious thing is that, like, on Instagram, it pops up on the bottom, and it's like, it tells you of the people you're following, like, if they like the video. So there'll be this horniest post of all time, and you'll see some kid from high school that you used to talk to be like, yeah, I like this. Why? I had biology class with you. Why are you talking about getting licked up and down? Why is that something that you enjoy? And I think, like, somebody I did stand-up comedy, like, I did an open mic with this person. They had a joke about that, but it's like, I experienced it firsthand, like, blank like this. I was like, don't they, I hate the word NPC, but it's like, don't they know that, like, other people can see it? Or are they just kind of cool with that? They're just like, well, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to call anybody else stupid because that kind of puts me above them. And I'm not above anybody, but come on, man. don't like stuff about freaking licking people up and down. I can see that. Well, maybe don't stop, because it's funny, and it's, you know, I guess it is another reason why Instagram Reels is so pleasurable for me, because it's hilarious, but I mean, I wouldn't be doing that. Anyways, whatever. I don't know if I'm going to get that big fat juicy burger, but I haven't eaten anything all day. I still feel sick, and it's probably because I haven't eaten anything all day, and a big fat juicy burger wouldn't make me feel great. What am I going to call this video? I don't know. I have fun doing these, man. Maybe I'll post a Celeste video here soon, if you guys really enjoyed that. Leave a comment. Don't be a bitch. Leave a comment. I don't even care if you like or subscribe. I just want to interact with... I want human interaction. Yeah, I love doing this so much. I'm going to get a big fat juicy burger. Okay, lessons from today. I'm going to get a big fat juicy burger. I need to buy a big sheet pan. That's something that I need to do. I'll do that now. And then, what else do I need to do? I don't know. I'm not going to watch this back before it. I don't watch them back before I post them. Whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Peace.